For ACUSports.com, I'm Chris Macaluso. This afternoon, I'm joined by Athletics Director Lee DeLeon and new head track and field coach Lance Bingham. Lee, you and your staff conducted a nationwide search, and very quickly you all worked in bringing in the best person for the job, and you found Lance Bingham. Talk us through the process in conducting the search and how you landed on Coach Bingham.
Well, as you can imagine, there's a lot of interest in our opening, and with the track and field history that we have here at ACU, it was pretty easy to recruit people to apply for the job. And as we started the interview process, we actually had a candidate, a very qualified candidate, reach out to me, and he sent me his resume and his references, and on his reference list, he had Lance Bingham, associate head coach at Liberty. And I was in there with our assistant AD for compliance to help me with the search. And I told him, I said, hey, that's the guy I need to talk to. Let's call him. Then I called the Liberty AD, who I know, he's a friend of mine, and asked what he thought about Lance. And he said, oh, man, this guy's awesome. He's a big-time coach. He could be the head coach here at Liberty one day. And I said, well, do you mind if I call him? And he said, yeah, you should call him. I said, okay, can you give me his number? And so I got his number, and that's how I called him and reached out to him. And it turned out Lance was interested. And I pulled up his bio. I saw that he's from West Texas, that he went to Texas Tech. And so I knew that we had a shot because this is home for him, and I'm sure he still had family here. And so I called him. I always start each conversation the same way. Hey, here's what we're looking for, but I want you to know right off the bat, our faith is a huge deal to us, and we don't just say that we're a Christian school. We talk about Jesus. We pray at all of our meetings. We want to be excellent for Christ in all that we do. Are you comfortable with that? And right off the bat, Lance was extremely comfortable with that, and I knew that he had a really good fit here. And as we went through the interview process, the more that I talked to Lance, the more that I felt he was the right guy for the job based on his West Texas ties, his spiritual fit, and his passion for track and field. I mean, this guy knows track and field. He's a heck of a coach. They won 10 straight outdoor championships at Liberty on the men's side, and so I knew that we had a really good coach that was ready to be the head guy and that was ready to be the head guy at Division I level.
Very good. Coach, welcome home. Welcome back to West Texas. Yeah. A couple of days ago when I saw you, you talked about the need about getting some purple in your wardrobe. You did so with that elegant tie.
Yeah.
And now, you're sitting behind your desk. How is the process for you right now? How are you fitting in back into West Texas and Abilene and being the main guy for such a dynasty program here at ACU?
Well, first of all, I'll say humbled by that. It's something to be in charge of a program like this. Tradition is so rich, but the foundation's there, and that's exciting to be a part of that process of building it at the Division I level, reconnecting with some of those old friends. Being in West Texas is great because they can understand mostly how I talk. Out on the East Coast, they didn't always understand. Sometimes they ask me, what part of Texas are you from? Okay, isn't that obvious? But it's good being back home. I've actually been able to go home and see my mom and family, and that's great. That's a great opportunity to be here. In that desk, there's a couple of times I'm looking up on that wall and seeing the tradition, the national championship trophies at the Division II level, and excited about the journey as we try to take this to that same level at the Division I level. Be honest, there's days it's like there's a fear there, but God calms me and helps me realize that insurmountable odds when David faced Goliath, and but he was the one doing work, and because of that gives me confidence knowing that God called us here, and we're excited about the opportunity, and we're going to be faithful. One thing my dad taught me on the farm was how to work hard, and that's what I'm going to apply, those same principles that I've known through my athletic career and coaching career and farming career when I was little, and apply that here. Work hard and leave the results up to the Lord.
What are some of your goals for the first couple of weeks and months of being on this job? There is excitement in starting a new position, but because you've been in this business for a long time, there's a lot of work to be done. You don't have time to rest. You have to get out on the road. You got to get on the computer and do your best during the off season to keep the dynasty rolling here, as it were, at ACU. What do you hope to accomplish in the next couple of weeks?
Just finalizing the staff. It looks like it's coming together really well, and very thankful for that. Some of those recruiting, it's a little bit late for this year, but talking to every coach I know that may know somebody that knows somebody about some kid that is still looking for a place, and really hitting that hard to finalize, because they're out there, those kids are out there, and there's kids that are Christian kids that are looking for a place like ACU and a program like this. So that's one of the main things in the next couple of weeks.
All right, very good, Coach. We wish you all the best of
Thank
luck
you. Thank you.
as you begin your job here at ACU. And Coach Bingham is going to oversee both the cross country and the track and field programs, and that cross country season is only just a few months away. That will get started in early September. For Athletics Director Lee DeLeon and for the new track and field head coach Lance Bingham, I'm Chris Macaluso for ACUSports.com.